What's happening, y'all? So it's been reports coming out, man. It's been reports saying that Errol Spence versus Yordenis Ugas did 500,000 pay-per-view buys. And I just want to say, bro, that's them is crazy numbers, bro. You know, I've been seeing them numbers float around since like the day before yesterday, which I wanted to talk about it then, but then I was like, let me wait a minute, you know what I'm saying, in case, you know, just to make sure, let somebody confirm it or like that. But nobody has denied it. So I feel like that's true. 500,000 pay-per-view buys is some crazy ass numbers, and 40,000 people at the stadium all by himself. Because nobody really know who Ugas is, except for hardcore boxing fans. They know who Ugas is, but Ugas don't even speak English, bro. So we know, or he wasn't, maybe he do, but he wasn't speaking English like the whole build up to this fight. Errol Spence was the one promoting this fight, doing the interviews, talking to the people in his hometown. He was the star of this fight, so of course he carried the numbers. They tried to say Errol versus Mikey. Mikey was a part of them pay-per-views. Errol Spence shut that shit right down with the next very fight against Sean Porter, which did similar numbers and he sold out the venue in LA, which just told you right then and there. Plus, Mike, the fight after, Mikey had a little fight, and he fought at the small stadium in Dallas. That wasn't even AT. He fought where Earl fought Ocampo. So if he did those numbers, he should have been right back at the AT&T Stadium doing similar numbers again. So we already know that was bullshit, right? So that was that. So Errol Spence versus Ugas did 500,000, man. I got one question. Who the hell in boxing doing them numbers, man? Who doing them numbers? Because only person you can say is Canelo. Other than that, who doing them numbers? Nobody. I've really been thinking Showtime might as well give Errol Spence like a super deal, like similar to how they gave Floyd a deal. You know what I'm saying? They might as well just sign him, go and get him his paper, because he been around, he been loyal. He ain't fought on no other networks except for PBC, which they all similar, they ain't the same, but they all, coerced together or whatever. They all together. He ain't go fight on Dazzin or go fight on Top Ring. He been loyal, so they might as well sign him if I'm looking at it, or whatever. But besides that, I believe Errol Spence versus Terence Crawford does 1 million pay-per-view buys or more, because for so many reasons, not because Errol Spence sells 500 and Bud sells 500. That ain't the case. Bud is like way below that, but the reason this does 1 million plus is because what this fight means and who Errol Spence is actually fighting. And Terence Crawford really need to be thanking Errol for real, because we talk about him doing the heavy lifting, but what kind of heavy lifting? Not only beating the opponents, having to fight the guys, but also pulling the numbers to where he built momentum from each fight. He went from when he fight Mikey, Danny, Sean and Danny, he did around the similar numbers or whatever. But what this is showing that he's on the up and up. He did more numbers with a guy who is a lesser name than all three of those guys that I just named, Mikey, Sean, and Danny. So that tell you a lot right there. This shit for all the marbles, all the belts. That's why I say over 1 million pay-per-view buys. Every fan, this is really like the final boss fight. You ever play a video game or whatever? This is like the final boss. Terence Crawford got to fight the final boss, bro. He really had a lot of the work done for him. So like I said, he should be happy. Bo Mac get to get unlimited Big Macs and unlimited barbecue all day. he get all this shit. He get unlimited. You hear me? Everything he want. You know, all the barbecue ribs, the turkey rib, everything. You know, he get everything he want. All the Big Macs, everything. Terence Crawford get to get unlimited fish. You know, he ain't gonna get the big fishes, but he might get some couple goldie fish. He can get all the goldie fishes, the starfishes, you know, and the catfishes. You know, everything he want. He can go on the boat. We can buy him a bigger boat. He fucking around buy a yacht. You know what I'm saying? And fish from that motherfucker after this fight. So everybody eats, B. Put it like that. Everybody eats, B. You know. So ain't nobody can't be mad at this fight, man. We gonna promote the fuck out this fight. I know the network's gonna do the same thing. You know, they gonna promote the hell out this fight. You know, even the reporters get to eat. The reporters gonna eat, cause you know all the whole promotion on this fight gonna be fired. You know, everything. You know, I can see the press conference now. You know, Errol Spence coming that motherfucker with an empty Bud Light can, to drop that motherfucker on the floor, kick that motherfucker like this little light ass Bud Light can. You know, Bud goofy ass might come in there. He might come in there with a fish. You know what I'm saying? Try to drop it on the floor out the bag or whatever. It's gonna be a small fish. Really ain't gonna like it. It's gonna be a big fish. It's gonna be a hell of a promotion to this fight, man. I can see it now, bro. But like I said, man, 500,000 pay-per-view buys, man, that's a lot. Ain't nobody can't shit on that number because their favorite fighter ain't doing it. I mean, who doing it? Nobody can do it. You know, I can only imagine what Earl and Canelo would have did. You know, I think Canelo did like 60 at the AT&T. Errol Spence just did 40. So do the math. That's a hunt. That's a huncho. A huncho in the AT&T Stadium. I mean, I could barely hear that motherfucker when I was in there. I was disoriented for a minute because I'm like, I can't see nobody. It was so loud, it was so lit in that damn place at AT&T Stadium. And then, man, it was crazy, bro. And then the pay-per-view buys, that shit gonna do way more than $1 million. Canelo and Earl, if they was to fight one day, that shit'd probably be $5 million. They'll probably surpass some of Floyd's shit. They'd probably be on some Floyd, Manny Pacquiao shit right there, you know. But yeah, man, Bud and them finna get them a stupid bag, you know what I'm saying? So they ain't gotta worry about the hospital bills they gonna have to pay for. You know, them doctor bills can get pricey, but with the bag they finna get, you know, they ain't gonna mind fixing it. They ain't gonna mind fixing them ribs. They ain't gonna care, man. He gonna get right in front of the line. You know, it is what it is, man. Them boys did numbers, man. Yeah, salute to that. So hit that like button, subscribe to the channel, and subscribe already, and I'm out, y'all. Deuces.